Cassie, better known as Snifferish or simply Sniff online, is an 18-year-old Minecraft Twitch streamer and TikToker from the United States. Since December of last year, she has been experiencing a rapid rise in growth across both her Twitch and TikTok, contrary to her Twitter, in which she began to rapidly gain followers on the site just a few months ago back in March. Her success on both her Twitch and Twitter can be primarily attributed to her success on TikTok, which is her largest platform by far, with the follower count being over 1,700,000 as of the time I'm writing this script. This is no real surprise though, since well-made Minecraft content tends to do exceptionally well on TikTok, but we'll touch on that more later in the video. Now bear in mind that I haven't mentioned her YouTube channel, and the reason for this is because there are no videos on it currently. However, regardless of that, she has amassed over 68,500 subscribers on the platform. As a matter of fact, it's where she initially began to make content just a few years back in 2017. Not only this, but she already had a decently sized audience on YouTube of about 10,000 subscribers last year before doing anything over on TikTok or Twitch, let alone blowing up on both platforms. So with all that said, let's kick the video off by diving into Cassie's beginnings as a content creator. To be frank with all of you, most of Cassie's past on the internet is completely gone. All of her tweets are from March of this year and up. Even though Cassie created the account in June of 2017, her YouTube channel has been completely wiped with not a single video on it, and her Twitch only goes as far back as September of last year, which is when she started streaming on the platform. However, thanks to a handy dandy little tool that goes by the name of the Wayback Machine, I was able to take a glimpse into her YouTube channel's past. The snapshot in question was taken on November 28th of last year, and at this point Cassie still had some of her old videos up on her channel, a fair amount of which are from the Chisel and Bits creation series she had on her channel, a series in which she would build things in Minecraft using this mod. For those unfamiliar, Chisel and Bits is a prominent Minecraft mod that adds several chisels, a wrench, and ways to copy designs and store bits. These tools enable you to create new custom decorative blocks and designs to decorate your bases and improve the flexibility of your building style. Now, if you happen to be a follower of Cassie's content, you know that she uses this mod to this day, and it plays a large part in the content she makes, considering she does a lot of building using this mod on her streams and in her TikTok videos. However, as for the beginning of her Twitch venture, well, her first ever stream took place on September 18th, and in it she was playing Grease, a reasonably well-known platformer. She averaged 6 viewers, which is also her peak, and gained 1 follower during the stream that lasted 1 hour. Keep in mind that her Twitch only had about 20 followers at this point, so the numbers were bound to be small. But just a few streams later, on her 10th stream that took place on November 7th, 2020, her viewer count rose a fair amount. And from this point onward, her viewer counts would continue to grow to the point where she is currently averaging thousands of viewers per stream. However, on this stream that lasted 3 hours and 3 minutes, she averaged 49 viewers, peaked at 67, and gained 59 followers. During this stream, she was doing what she's most known for, which is building in Minecraft, and this stream just so happened to coincide with when she started posting to her TikTok, hence why the viewer counts began to rise at around this time. Her first ever TikTok was published just 4 days before the stream took place on November 3rd. The TikTok in question was one in which she was showing off one of her spectacular builds, more specifically one of the outside of a cottagecore house. The caption simply says, "I do be building though." As of when I'm writing this script, this TikTok has amassed over 92,900 views and 13,700 likes, so while it may not be her most popular, it's still pretty damn good for her very first one. However, due to Cassie's consistency on the platform and adequately catering to TikTok's algorithm, after just 10 days of her first TikTok coming out, she had already garnered herself a following of 57,000, which is just mental to think about. Furthermore, due to the rapid rise of her TikTok, she started to gain Twitch followers quickly. By the 13th of November, she had already accumulated 3,309 followers on Twitch, with the number continually rising. So now, while I'm aware that not every stream or TikTok she's done is building related, a considerable amount of them are. To be more specific, she's done 71 building streams and made about 40 to 50 building TikToks. So again, it's not all she does, but it's undeniable that it's a good majority of what she does. This is important as it makes her content niche and allows her to start to have a presence within that niche, since as we all know, Minecraft is a game with infinite possibilities and in turn endless kinds of content. Hence, a creator has to find a niche to master and stand out from the crowd with, since otherwise you're just gonna blend in, which is absolutely no good. But the best part about the niche Cassie has found herself in is that it's one that she's incredibly skilled at and has a passion for. I say this because an often overlooked detail about Cassie is that she's a professional Minecraft builder, as she's worked with the Razzleberries Minecraft Marketplace team since 2019. For those unfamiliar with them, as is stated on their website, they are a founding partner and industry leader on the Minecraft Marketplace, a community of talented programmers, builders, and artists that have collectively acquired over 250 million mod downloads, 2.3 million marketplace sales, and countless builds, textures, and models. Working for a team as prestigious as this one is undoubtedly a noteworthy achievement, and it makes Cassie stand out even more since not everyone can say they've been given an opportunity such as this one. Not only this, but as aforementioned, her use of the Chisel and Bits mod is also worth noting, since some of her finest creations that have garnered loads of attention have been made using that mod. An example of which is the entire Among Us map she built, which was just breathtaking. As a matter of fact, one of her first TikToks to truly blow up was related to the aforementioned Among Us map she built. However, before exploring this any further, I reached out to Cherry, an artist and Twitter mutual of Cassie's, to ask her this question. Did the Chisel and Bits mod lay out a foundation for the kind of content that Sniff currently makes? Here was her response.
I do feel like the mod did help create the foundation for Snifferish's content to an extent. I mean, I personally haven't seen many content creators push Minecraft builds to that level before, and the mod helped with like this new level of creativity that Snifferish is bringing in with these intricate builds. Snifferish was always so welcoming and relatable from the very beginning. You know, being openly part of the LGBTQIA+ community, it helped create like a safe space for others, like themselves, which felt really, really nice, especially for people like me, who were new to the MCYT community and the Minecraft streamer community. It was a situation where I was like, oh my god, this person is like super relatable and they seem really awesome, and that's why I decided to follow Snifferish. So I think that was also like part of the foundation for their content. It wasn't just the Chisel and Bits mod in creating like these really cool builds, but it was also just being really welcoming and really open and having this sense of familiarity.
Thank you so much for participating in the video, Cherry. Let's now further analyze the rise of Sniff's TikTok. For those of you who may not watch my content, I've previously mentioned in a handful of my other rise of videos that TikTok is an app that various other content creators have used and have had great success with, all of which have been Minecraft creators, and Cassie is undoubtedly no exception. As you may recall from the video's introduction, I stated that TikTok is the platform on which Cassie has her most significant following by a long shot, with a whopping 1,700,000 followers. To put that more into perspective, aside from TikTok, her largest following can be found on her Twitch, where she has amassed a total of 521,000 followers. So this would make the difference in followers between both platforms one of 1,179,000, therefore making TikTok her largest platform without a shadow of a doubt. Something else that I've mentioned in previous videos is that if you know how to tailor your content to TikTok's algorithm appropriately, the rewards you'll inevitably reap can be tremendous. In Cassie's case, this has been no different, and to think that she's only been posting onto the app since November of last year makes it all the more surreal. Speaking of which, this was around the time that she posted the Among Us TikToks to her page, a decision that would prove to be immensely fruitful. Cassie posted the first one on November 4th, and in it she showed us a sneak peek of what she had built of the Among Us scout map thus far, and to say that it was stunning is an understatement. It looked phenomenal, and as a result, this TikTok garnered quite a bit of attention, with it sitting at 157,000 views and 21,000 likes as of the time I'm writing this. Not only this, but the fact that this was posted when Among Us was at its peak in terms of popularity aided its performance immensely. Following the success of this TikTok, Cassie continued to make these consistently, showing time lapses of the progress she's made on the map as time went on, and providing commentary of what she did to build each part of the map. In addition, in some of the TikToks, she would make people aware of the fact that she was creating this map live over on her Twitch channel, so if people wanted to see this be built in real time, they could head over there and watch the streams, which in turn helped her gain more Twitch followers. I also found it incredibly clever of her to prompt people to like the videos to indicate that they wanted to see the next part. It was practically a no-brainer for getting engagement on the TikTok, since most people probably wanted to see more of the map considering how impressively built it was. So in total, she made 8 different parts of the map, these being medbay, cafeteria, admin, storage, comms, security, reactor, and engines. When adding up the view counts and like counts of all of these TikToks, it comes out to about 2,340,700 views and around 615,240 likes, with the most popular one of them all being the TikTok in which she shows off the admin section of the map. This one alone has 1 million views and 299,200 likes, and as you can imagine, numbers like these gave her a following right off the bat. However, all good things must come to an end at some point or another, and by the end of the Among Us craze in late December, early January, she had amassed well over 400,000 TikTok followers. Keep in mind that only just a month prior, she had like 60,000 followers, so that's a massive leap to make in a relatively short amount of time. Not only this, but by the end of this era, she had over 30,000 Twitch followers, 30,000 Twitter followers, and over 20,000 YouTube subscribers. So she had garnered a reasonably sized audience on 3 separate platforms and a massive audience on one platform. Although, as you can expect with growth like this, it usually doesn't just come to a grinding halt, but rather it becomes this humongous snowball that just keeps getting larger and larger, and this was precisely what happened to Cassie. Her TikTok continued to flourish as well as her Twitch and Twitter, and as a result of this, she was presented with new opportunities, one of which was getting a chance to appear on the prominent Twitch show known as Love Her Host. Before diving any deeper into that, I reached out to Halmy, an artist and another one of Cassie's Twitter mutuals, to ask him this question: was TikTok truly essential to Sniff's growth as a content creator, and would she be where she is today had she never used the platform? Here's what they had to say in response.
I do think that TikTok was definitely a huge piece of why Snifferish blew up so quickly, but I don't think it was the reason they were successful. I think that they would have blown up regardless of if they started on Twitch or TikTok, but I do think that TikTok definitely sped up that process. We've seen quite a few creators blow up off of TikTok and move to Twitch. There's so many TikTokers that do that, and you can see a few of them in the Minecraft fandom, being Snifferish, Ronbu, those kinds of creators. I think the only difficult thing with growing yourself on that platform first is having your fans be loyal to you to the point that they would cross the platform with you. A lot of people can have like thousands, tens of thousands of followers on TikTok, but the difficult thing is getting them to move with you to YouTube and Twitch, where your actual content, like your high effort content, is going to be. And I think that's what separates a lot of the normal content creators with the ones that break out and blow up, like Snifferish. They built a fan base that was going to move with them, and then when that fan base moved with them, it was just like a snowball effect of them garnering more and more attention, because they always had the potential to make an audience care about their content, care about them, follow them, watch them blow up. So I think that's probably how I would see their growth on TikTok in regards to their career.
Thanks for partaking in the video, Halmy. Let's now cover Cassie's appearance on Love Her Host. For those of you unfamiliar with it, Love Her Host is a popular Twitch dating show hosted by Austin, a prominent Twitch streamer. The show's premise is simple. Contestants can either pick love if they're interested in further pursuing a relationship with the show's main star, or alternatively, they can choose host if they just want a Twitch host and clout from the central star. Not only this, but to spice things up, the main star can eliminate people as they wish, so everyone has to stay on their toes in order to avoid elimination. However, just a few months ago, Austin created a platonic version of the show, with 2 episodes of this version being made thus far, these being the Pokimane Show and the Wilbur Soot Show, the latter of which Cassie appeared on. So on March 16th, 2021, Austin put out a tweet in which he announced the Wilbur Soot Platonic Love Her Host, stating that it would take place 2 days later on March 18th. In this tweet, Austin also said that anyone who wanted to apply could do so by filling out the Google form linked in the tweet or sending a DM to the Get On Austin Show Twitter account. Lastly, he stated Tommy Innit would be there as well, so this was bound to be a colossal event. In response to this, Cassie posted a short minute-long video of her applying to be on the show on both her Twitter and YouTube channels just 4 hours after Austin posted the initial announcement tweet. In this video, she called a handful of her friends to comment on how good of a friend she is, and the consensus was that Cassie's a pretty damn good friend. Anyhow, while I can't speak for how well received the video was on YouTube since it's no longer available, over on Twitter the reception was overwhelmingly positive. The tweet was met with over 15,300 likes, 730 retweets, and 340 replies, all of which were vouching for Cassie to appear on the show. This support, combined with the fact that Cassie had previously auditioned to be on the show, as she stated in the caption of this tweet, undeniably granted her a spot on the show. Nonetheless, 2 days go by and the day of the show has arrived. Bear in mind that these shows are massive events, especially when you've got 2 titans like Wilbur and Tommy in the show. So as you can imagine, this show was one hell of a spectacle. Something that would make the show even more interesting is that Tommy would be making the eliminations on Wilbur's behalf instead of Wilbur making them himself. Anyways, the stream had an average of 161,177 viewers and a peak of 186,197. So of course, with numbers like these to get people to go over to your channel and check out your stuff, as you can probably expect, you need to be entertaining enough to go as long as possible without being eliminated. I say this because I think that indeed proves whether or not you're worth checking out. I'd be more inclined to check out the person who made it until the very end rather than the first person that was eliminated, but hey, that's just me. So with that being said, from the 4 hours and 41 minutes that the stream lasted, Cassie made it up until about the 3 hour and 48 minute mark, placing her in the top 4, which is incredibly impressive, especially since this was her first and only Lover host. Having said that, regardless of the backlash she faced as a result of appearing on the show, because unfortunately there was a fair amount of that, her debut proved to be tremendously beneficial as she gained 30,000 Twitch followers and 50,000 Twitter followers from being on the show. Apart from the rise in followers, this was obviously an excellent opportunity for her to meet other creators, and very prominent ones at that, so it aided Cassie in that regard as well, and all in all, the experience was worth her while. Nevertheless, as per usual, I usually like to conclude these rise of videos by predicting what the content creator's future looks like, and I will be doing this for Cassie. However, before doing so, I reached out to Mints, a Twitch streamer and Twitter mutual of Cassie's, to ask them this question: how did the Wilbur Soot Lover host contribute to Sniff's growth? Here was her answer.
I think that Wilbur's Lover host for Snifferish was sort of an opportunity to get a whole lot of exposure. I think there were over 100,000 people watching that day, and I remember I was a fan of Sniff before the Lover host, so when Sniff was announced to be on the cast, I was so excited for it, but I knew a lot of people who weren't aware of Sniff prior to the Lover host, who became members of Sniff's community afterwards, after seeing them on the show. I think a lot of the time, events like that can really give exposure to a lot of new content creators for viewers of the featured content creators, so in that case, Wilbur Soot. And in that case, Sniff was just so genuine and funny, and I think that she had a really good dynamic with everybody else on there, and people like to go to people who they think that are funny and genuine, and Sniff has always seemed very genuine on all of their streams and on other people's streams, and so it was really an opportunity for more people to see them, and I think it worked out well for Sniff on Twitch, and I'm glad to have been a part of the community and still be a part of the community now, and seeing how the Lover host helped Sniff was very cool from a fan's point of view.
Thanks for being a part of the video, Mints. Let's now conclude the video by taking a shot at predicting Cassie's future as a content creator. While it's inarguable that Cassie has accomplished a lot in just under a year, she still has a lot to look forward to. Contrary to most content creators who suddenly skyrocket in success, Cassie's growth hasn't petered out, albeit it's not as rapid as it was a few months ago earlier this year. However, with that being said, when taking into account her current rate of growth, I think that she'll reach 750,000 followers on both Twitch and Twitter by the end of this year, beginning of next year. As for TikTok, 2 million followers would be my prediction for the end of this year, beginning of next year as well. Something else to expect from Cassie in the future would be YouTube videos, especially since she's teased the idea in the past. Speaking of which, just very recently on June 6th, she tweeted YouTube videos coming soon, lol, with a clip of the content song from the Inside Bo Burnham Netflix special attached. However, since this tweet has been made, no YouTube videos have been uploaded, unfortunately, so we'll just have to wait and see what ends up coming of that. Lastly, the SMP she's currently on, that being the Bear SMP, looks to be one with a promising future. For those unaware, the Bear SMP is a survival multiplayer Minecraft server with a focus on lore that was made by BearBub on June 9th. And as of the time I'm writing this, there are 12 members on the server apart from Cassie and Bear, these being Amesy, Ori Loves Tea, Niachu, Jonah Will, Creeper Neptune, Moonsy Cat, Fruitlegs, Guppy, Bill 4, Gracie, Jack Manifold, and Tubbo. As time goes on, this roster will inevitably continue to expand. The roster the server boasts so far is certainly not one to scoff at, but of course the server is only just getting started and many more things are bound to happen in the coming months. So with that in mind, I'll be sure to keep a close eye on both the server and Cassie's involvement in it. But regardless, to wrap this section of the video up, I reached out to Calypso the Alien to ask them this question: where do you see Sniff in the future? Here was their take.
In the future, I see Sniff doing absolutely amazing things and honestly just dominating really any platform that she sets her mind to. She has an amazing work ethic and definitely knows what she's doing with regards to the content on both Twitch and TikTok, and will always be kind of at the top there, you know, no matter what she does with like YouTube, all that kind of stuff, because she's built such a strong community. So I think no matter where she goes, she's going to see success with her content just because of how much hard work she puts in and how well she understands content creation in general.
Thanks for taking part in the video, Calypso. Let's now end the video off with some concluding thoughts. In conclusion, Cassie has a massive list of achievements under her belt in such a short amount of time, with many more to come, and that's truly impressive. It's made even more impressive by her young age, since most young people unfortunately find themselves misusing their time with no prospects. But on the other hand, Cassie managed to properly use her time to create a platform from which she can make a living, and that's nothing but admirable. A platform that continues to grow with no end in sight, and that will surely flourish for many years to come. But besides that, thank you so much for watching the video. If you made it this far, I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please drop it a like and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one. Also, please do go and check out everyone who participated in this video. Their links will all be down in the description below. Once again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.